Have you ever wondered about the most mysterious places on Earth? The ones you're just not allowed to go to? Our world, which is super big and full of all sorts of things, still holds secrets tight in its grasp. There are corners of our planet where people are not allowed to step, places kept safe from us by rules, by nature, or by how old they are. These aren't just tourist spots with weird hours. They are safe places for the unknown, strongholds of secrecy, and time capsules of life, both old and new, that haven't been touched by the modern world. Their stories whisper of people who haven't been contacted, of nature's raw and wild power, and of secrets so deep they need to be kept safe from our curiosity. From the thick green tops of faraway islands to the quiet, clean vaults buried deep inside Arctic mountains, these places mark the very edges of our world that we can get to. They are places of huge scientific value, of unmatched danger, or are so old and delicate that even our breath could cause lasting harm. They challenge our natural desire to explore, to know, and to understand everything on this planet we call home. The reasons they are kept separate are as varied and interesting as the places themselves, painting a cool picture of what we choose to protect and what we are protected from. Come with me as we start an amazing journey to the hardest to reach places in the world. Today we'll show you 7 places you're not allowed to visit and the awesome reasons why. We'll travel in our minds to these forbidden worlds, pulling back the layers of secrecy and stories to understand what's really behind those no-entry signs. We'll explore the delicate balance between keeping things safe and wanting to know, and discover why some doors, for now, need to stay closed to us. In the arms of the Bay of Bengal lies an island that, from afar, looks like a paradise. North Sentinel Island, covered in a dense emerald green forest and surrounded by pure white beaches, is another world. It's a place where time seems to have stopped, untouched by the never-ending march of modern civilization. Here, a unique human community has existed in isolation for thousands and tens of thousands of years, it's believed. The Sentinelese people are one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth, a living link to a past that has almost disappeared everywhere else. Their isolation isn't a geographic accident. It's a choice they guard fiercely, a testament to their lasting independence and their will to stay separate. Getting close to this island doesn't just put your life in danger, but more importantly, the survival of its people. The Sentinelese have made their wishes clear over centuries of encounters. They refuse contact. Arrows have met helicopters, and spears have greeted boats that got too close. This isn't just hostility, it's a deep act of self-preservation. They have no immunity to common diseases we carry, like the flu or measles, which could spread among their population with terrible results. Their world is a fragile bubble, and our presence, no matter how good our intentions, is a possible disaster. The Indian government, in a rare and praiseworthy act of self-control, has made it illegal to approach the island within 3 miles, protecting them from us. The decision to leave them completely alone is a complex moral choice. It means we may never know the complexities of their language, culture, or understanding of the world. It's a sacrifice of knowledge, but a necessary one. In protecting the Sentinelese, we are preserving a unique and priceless piece of our shared human heritage. They are not just a curiosity to study, but a people to respect. Their island is not a forbidden destination. It's a sanctuary, a living museum of humanity that we have a deep responsibility to protect from the outside, to ensure they continue to live as they have for thousands of years, masters of their own small kingdom. Deep in the barren Nevada desert, under a vast, empty sky, lies a place that, for many years, officially didn't exist. Area 51, part of Edwards Air Force Base, is perhaps the world's most famous secret. Its boundaries aren't fences, but clear orange posts and warning signs that promise the use of deadly force. Motion sensors and cameras are everywhere, and the mysterious camo dudes in their little white pickup trucks patrol the perimeter. This is not a place for the curious wanderer. It's a fortress of military secrecy, a black spot on the map where the U.S. Air Force develops and tests its top-secret aerial technology. The secrecy around Area 51 has made it a breeding ground for speculation and myths. For decades, it's been the center of UFO stories, a place where popular belief holds the government hides crashed alien spacecraft and even their alien passengers. The nearby town of Rachel, Nevada, has become a pilgrimage site for believers, its extraterrestrial highway a monument to this enduring modern folklore. While stories of little green men are certainly a product of vivid imagination, they're a direct result of extreme secrecy. The base's true purpose, developing aircraft like the U-2 spy plane and the F-117 Nighthawk stealth jet, was a secret so deep that encouraging UFO stories was a convenient distraction. Today, while Area 51's existence has been officially acknowledged by the U.S. government, its daily operations remain one of the world's most guarded secrets. The airspace above it is the most restricted in the world. What technologies are being born in its hidden hangars? What new eyes and ears are being developed to watch the world? We can only guess. Area 51 stands as a powerful symbol of the balance between national security and public curiosity. It's a blank canvas onto which we project our greatest fears and wildest dreams about power and technology, and what might lie beyond our understanding, whether in the sky or behind closed government doors. Carved deep into the side of a sandstone mountain, on the remote Norwegian island of Spitsbergen, halfway between mainland Norway and the North Pole, lies an almost futuristic-looking portal. This is the entrance to the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, modern agriculture's Noah's Ark. It's a safety net, a final backup for humanity's food supply. Inside its icy chambers, protected by natural permafrost and robust security systems, are duplicate samples of seeds from nearly every country on Earth. Over 1 million distinct crop varieties are stored here, a library of life representing thousands of years of farming and cultivation. It's a silent, frozen testament to both our foresight and our fragility. Access to this extraordinary facility is, by necessity, incredibly restricted. The vault only opens a few times a year to accept new seed deposits. Only a handful of designated personnel and depositing gene banks are allowed into its hallowed sub-zero halls. The location was chosen with extreme care. Its remoteness protects it from civil unrest and war. Its altitude protects it from rising sea levels. And the permafrost provides natural refrigeration, ensuring the seeds remain frozen and viable for centuries, even if the power goes out. It's a place built for the worst-case scenario, a global catastrophe, whether natural or man-made, that could wipe out our crops. The vault is not a living museum, but a silent guardian. It holds not a single unique sample. Every seed within is a duplicate of one held in a national or regional gene bank elsewhere in the world. Its purpose is to provide insurance, to offer an opportunity to start over. In a striking demonstration of its purpose, seeds were withdrawn for the first time in 2015 to replenish a collection in Aleppo, Syria, damaged by civil war. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is a place of profound hope, a collaborative global effort to safeguard the foundation of our civilizations. It's a promise to future generations, ensuring that no matter what happens to us, they will have the tools to begin anew. In the heart of Vatican City, an independent state within Rome, there's an institution that has been wrapped in mystery and rumors for centuries: the Vatican Apostolic Archive, or the Vatican Secret Archives. The word secret is actually a bit of a mistranslation of the Latin word secretum, which means more like private or personal. These are actually the Pope's private archives. For centuries, this huge collection, which has over 53 miles of shelves, was completely closed off from the outside world. It holds state papers, letters, the Pope's account books, and many other documents collected by the Church through the ages, some dating back to the 8th century. The contents of these archives are, frankly, an unmatched record of human history, seen through the eyes of one of the oldest and most powerful institutions in the world. Inside these temperature-controlled vaults are letters from people like Michelangelo, a request for an annulment from King Henry VIII of England, and the records of Galileo Galilei's trial. It's a treasure that shows the ups and downs of faith, power, politics, and science across continents and through the ages. The sheer size and sensitive nature of the materials mean that for most of its history, access to it was a privilege given to almost no one, leading to endless rumors about what hidden truths or dark secrets it might hold. In 1881, Pope Leo XIII opened the archives to a select group of qualified scholars, and today, researchers who pass a strict background check can request specific documents to view in special reading rooms. However, the archives are not for casual browsing. You can't just wander through the shelves. Access is tightly controlled, and documents are generally only available 75 years after the end of a papacy to protect diplomatic and personal information. The Vatican's secret archives remain a place of deep academic importance, a maze of history where the past isn't dead, but carefully preserved, protected, and revealing its secrets page by page only to those considered worthy. Off the coast of Brazil, about 90 miles from the shore of São Paulo, there's a small island that's so dangerous, the Brazilian government has forbidden anyone from setting foot on it. Its official name is Ilha da Queimada Grande, but most people know it by a much more terrifying nickname, Snake Island. This seemingly peaceful patch of rock and rainforest is actually home to the highest concentration of venomous snakes anywhere on the planet. It's the exclusive territory of the golden lancehead viper, or Bothrops insularis, a species you won't find anywhere else on Earth. It's estimated that on average, there's at least one of these deadly snakes per square meter of the island. The story of how Snake Island became this venomous fortress is a fascinating, if terrifying, example of evolution in isolation. Thousands of years ago, rising sea levels cut the island off from the mainland, trapping a population of lancehead vipers. With no ground-level prey, the snakes adapted to hunt migratory birds that would rest in the island's trees, and to make sure their meal wouldn't fly away after a bite, their venom evolved to be incredibly potent, 5 times stronger than that of their mainland relatives, and capable of melting flesh and causing a swift, painful death. The island, without a doubt, is a living laboratory of evolution, but a lethally hostile environment for human life. The ban on visiting, frankly, is a clear public safety measure. Legends tell of the last lighthouse keeper and his family who died after snakes invaded their home through the windows. While that might be made up, the story highlights the very real danger here. The only people allowed to set foot on the island are carefully selected scientific researchers and the Brazilian Navy, who make an annual trip to maintain the automated lighthouse. For the rest of us, Snake Island will remain a place of nightmares and wonder, a stark reminder that there are corners of the natural world where humanity does not rule, and where nature's sovereignty is absolute and undeniable. In the calm waters of the Venetian Lagoon in northern Italy, there's an island locals only talk about in whispers. Poveglia Island is small, unassuming, and completely deserted, its buildings slowly crumbling back into nature. Yet it holds a history so dark and sad that it's strictly off-limits to tourists and ghost hunters alike. Its story is a chilling tapestry of plague, banishment, and madness. For centuries, Poveglia was a place you were sent to die. During the devastating bubonic plague epidemics that swept through Europe, Venice used the island as a quarantine station, a lazaret, where tens of thousands of infected people were sent to live out their agonizing final days. It's said that Poveglia's soil is made up of over 50% human ash, and remains, a gruesome foundation built on unimaginable suffering. The dead were often buried in mass graves or burned on huge pyres, and the island became synonymous with death and despair. Its dark history didn't end there. In the early 20th century, a mental hospital was built on the island, adding to its legacy of misery. Local legends tell of a cruel doctor who performed horrific experiments like lobotomies on his patients, before he himself was driven mad by the island's ghosts and threw himself from the hospital's bell tower. The hospital closed in 1968, and since then, the island has been left to decay. Today, Poveglia is a ruin. Its buildings are dangerously unstable, and its grounds are overgrown and wild. The Italian government forbids visitors, partly to protect them from the physical dangers of the crumbling buildings, but perhaps also to let the island's tormented history rest in peace. Fishermen avoid its shores, claiming they sometimes pull human bones into their nets. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the weight of Poveglia's past instills a palpable sense of sadness. It is a monument to suffering, a place where the echoes of history are too loud and too painful for casual visitation. In the Dordogne region of southwestern France lies a gateway to the deep past. The Lascaux Caves are not just a geological formation, they are, quite frankly, one of the most incredible art galleries ever created. Discovered in 1940 by 4 teenagers and their dog, the walls of this underground complex are covered with over 600 paintings of breathtaking sophistication and beauty. Created about 17,000 years ago by our Paleolithic ancestors, These images of massive bulls, galloping horses, and graceful deer represent a creative explosion, a window into the minds of people who lived in a world completely different from our own. They are among the most magnificent examples of prehistoric art ever found. For a brief period after World War II, the caves were open to the public, and 1,000 visitors a day would pass through the narrow passages to marvel at the ancient masterpieces. But this exposure came at a heavy cost. The carbon dioxide exhaled by visitors, the heat given off by their bodies, and the artificial lighting began to damage the sensitive paintings. Algae and calcite crystals began to grow over the ancient pigments, and the vibrant colors began to fade. The art that had survived for 17,000 years in a perfectly stable, sealed environment was being destroyed within a few decades by our presence. In 1963, in a heartbreaking but necessary decision, the French Minister of Cultural Affairs, André Malraux, closed the original Lascaux caves to the public forever. Today, access is limited to a handful of conservation scientists who monitor the cave's condition for a few minutes each week. To share this amazing heritage with the world without destroying it, a meticulously crafted replica, Lascaux II, was built nearby, followed by the even more advanced Lascaux IV. These replicas allow us to experience the wonder of the art without harming the original. Lascaux is a profound lesson in conservation, a reminder that some treasures are too fragile and too precious that the greatest expression of love we can show them is to leave them be, in the protective silent darkness where they were born. From the human preserve of North Sentinel Island to the fragile art of Lascaux, these 7 places capture our imagination exactly because they are out of our reach. They are defined by being off limits, each one a world unto itself, guarded by nature, government, or the ghosts of the past. They remind us that despite all our technological advances and our endless desire to explore, there are still limits we can't or shouldn't cross. These places aren't just empty spaces on a map. They are rich with stories and secrets and importance. Their value often lies in their inaccessibility. They are a testament to the wildness that still exists, the secrets we still keep, and the history we must protect. The world is full of wonders, but perhaps the greatest wonder is the knowledge that some things remain safe from us, for our own good or theirs. It's a humbling thought. In an age where almost anywhere can be reached with a plane ticket, the idea of a truly forbidden place is both frustrating and amazing. It feeds our dreams and our discussions, and forces us to think about the ethics of exploration and the responsibilities of preservation. These places are powerful symbols, acting as a check on our collective ego and a reminder of the fragile and often dangerous world we live in. These places remain shrouded in mystery, protected by law and legend. Which one would you visit if you could? Let us know in the comments. Maybe it's the thrill of the unknown at Area 51, or the deep human connection at North Sentinel, or the deep history of the Vatican archives. Each one holds a unique pull. Thanks for joining me on this journey to the edges of the accessible world. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the secrets of our amazing planet.